Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. Still out here working, y'all. Still out here working, doing YouTube work, doing my own work. Out here grinding. But I need to talk about
turn right onto Moreland Road.
the need, how people be needing people. Like,
continue on Moreland Road
I gotta
for 2 miles.
talk about this. I do, because these people are getting out of control. Their behavior is getting out of control. And I've been thinking about this, and I even put one on TikTok. I just got on TikTok under the name No Matrix. You can find me on TikTok. Posted 2 videos on there. Follow me on TikTok. But it's like, I want to talk about how people be needing people. You know what? I'm going to break this in 2 videos. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you, we still on this 9 to 5 thing. We still on this 9 to 5. People say ain't nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. You're right, it ain't. But I want to offer a different spin. And that spin being why I've had problems with 9 to 5s and on 9 to 5s. Why I had problems with 9 to 5s and on 9 to 5s. So, y'all hear me telling my stories on here a lot about some of my experiences with jobs, with applying for jobs. Just hasn't gone the best. Like, I tried in terms of, you know, when I turned my life around back in 1997, you know, but I've been going a long time with these jobs. And the weird thing about it is I haven't been getting fired. I don't believe I've been fired from a job since I was 16. The only one you could say he kind of called himself trying to fire me, that wasn't even a job. That was like a paper route. And he basically got mad because I called him up on his bull crap. What he did was he talked about the owner and how he was keeping people checks and not paying people when he was supposed to, and going to casinos and this, that, and the other. But then when the owner said, all right, I'm gonna leave you responsible, right? This was down in Texas. You think he did better? He didn't do better. He did the same thing the owner was doing. So I got in a long argument with him and his wife because they were in charge. And so it was like an advertisement route. And people, including himself, like sometime when they run out of time or this happened or that happened, they would throw some of them away. Because it's not like the people paying for it. You just delivering the papers. That's one of the reasons what he used to say. Well, when it came time for him to be the boss, he did the same thing. And I called him up on it. I said, man, you did the same thing. You was talking about Steve, which was the guy's name. But you did the same thing he was doing. And so when he got tired of arguing with me, he said, you're fired. I said, and who cares? I said, make sure you have my check, though. If you've noticed, it's always the same thing. And I was listening to Coach Greg. He brought up some interesting points about 9 to 5s. And as I was listening, I was like, that's what it is. Like, some people just don't fit in, and I'm one of those people. I don't have to, but what they do on jobs nowadays is when you don't fit in, people will try to punish you for not fitting in. They'll try to punish you, like they'll act like they got a problem with everything about you. And it's like you either got to take it, and that's just how people is in general. I'm no matrix. I got it all figured out. That's how people is in general. That's how a lot of people is if you try to get in a relationship with them. They not gonna see the error of their ways. They gonna think that you should be glad that you in a relationship with them, just like the jobs gonna think that you should be glad that you have a job. And you gonna have to make a decision. Either I'm gonna take this disrespect, I'm gonna let them ridicule me, or I'm gonna quit. You can say, I'm gonna find another job. But who's to say that job ain't gonna be worse? It's a very good possibility that it will.
In a quarter mile. At the roundabout, take the second exit.
Yeah, I gotta excuse this, because I'm kind of far out. I'm navigating my way back. But that one of the main things is I didn't fit in. Like the jobs that I liked, it was either I fit in or I didn't fit in, but they left me alone. They didn't bother me. They only said what needed to be said. It wasn't nothing personal. And then, like one of my jobs, we was wearing our own street clothes. And it's like I wasn't dressing the worst, but I wasn't dressing the best. But it ain't like they didn't hold it against me. You know what I mean? Like they didn't. Whereas the job that I just recently quit was a whole lot more superficial.
Use the right lane to take the I-43
It was a whole
north.
lot. It was a whole lot more superficial in such a way.
Merge onto I-43 north.
In such a way that even the inmates noticed it. They noticed it. They talked about. He said one of the staff looked like a woodchuck, but he was popular because he had some Cartier glasses. Stuff like that. But it's like the world is different now. Everything is, a lot of stuff is superficial. A lot of stuff is about status. So if you a different guy, then people gonna treat you like something is wrong with you. Because you talk different, because you walk different, because you might dress a little different, because you're not trying to be like them. Remember, it's a lot of narcissists in the world we live in. And a narcissist is going to sometimes have a problem with all who are different from them. But who cares? I'm going to talk about that next. But I figure I need to break these videos up into two. So, didn't fit in. Next thing, one of the reasons why I just figured out that 9 to 5 wasn't for me. But I'll work one, and I know the whole time they not for me. But I'll stay on it if it meets my requirements. If they show me respect, you don't even gotta like me. Just show me my respect and don't get in my way. Don't get in the way of what I'm trying to do. And everything will be all good. But sometimes, unfortunately, people don't do that. They get in your way. How do they get in your way?
In 2 miles,
you getting into conflicts with them
north,
because they making things personal. They make things personal and they take things personal. So the next thing is, like I say, the disrespect. Like when you work with people, it'll be like they know they could be like 5'2", and they'll disrespect you and they'll talk all kind of ways, but some you never know why it is. So people be disrespectful, people be miserable, and they try to take it out on you. They might not like tall people. It could have been a tall dude that took his wife. a dude with hair like you or look like you or your height. And so when he look at you, it's like he's starting stuff with you. He picking with you because you remind him of that dude that took his wife. That's the type of game people play on jobs. You remind him of that dude that stole his car. You remind him of the guy that scammed him. Even though it's not you. This the type of game people play. This how they are. Next, the double talk. There's too many personalities, man. They gonna be double talking. What do I mean by double talk? Again, I've explained it before for my new listeners. When I say double talk,
use the left 2 lanes to
I'm talking about people who say one thing and do another. Or people who have, like, they switching the rules and moving the goalposts, if you will, all day, every day.
Use the left 2 lanes to take exit 61.
You just get, all the stuff I'm mentioning, you just get tired of it, man. So when I get a job, I'm gonna tell you, I got a confession to make. Yeah, I work that job and I'll stay there a long time if they leave me alone. If it's complimenting my lifestyle and that I'm having at that current moment,
merge onto I-41.
I'll stay there. West. But all this stuff I'm mentioning, you're not finna pile on me. And people always want to say you shouldn't have quit that job. Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I? And another thing, like I get tired of people. Another way people double talk, and this is at work and at home. They talk this affirmation, manifestation, having faith, being positive stuff, but then they put all their faith in the job. Like, which one is it? Because you can't do both. You can't do both. You work that job, but you can't talk about crystals and manifestations and being positive and affirmations and then tell me, somebody that's blatantly getting a different set of rules than everybody else, when I quit, that I should have stayed in that job. There's a stat out there that says that a lot of guys in their prime work years, which they say is 25 through 54, don't have jobs and ain't looking for jobs. I don't think it's that. I think it's these guys done figured it out and they trying to make it happen by themselves. Whether it's doing DoorDash, whether it's doing Instacart or Grubhub or Walmart Spark. Think about it, man. Watch this. Almost any market in America, you can make $600 a week from DoorDash. In the worst markets, you can make $600 a week. So if you got a job where your paychecks, when they put it in your hand or they put it on your card at $600, and they doing this stuff, they being disrespectful towards you, they ridiculing you. After you pay your benefits, you only ended up with $415. Man, you gotta be kidding me. You gonna take that, man? When you can go work by yourself, play your own music, use the bathroom when you want, eat when you want, take off when you want. With gig work, you can freelance, you can have a YouTube channel and then turn around, and when you ain't making videos, you know, sometimes when I make videos, I ain't gonna get into which ones I'm on because people be hating. And again, people are evil and they're hateful. They want to mess your finances up. I'm not like that. I can't think of a person who money I want to mess up, including where I just left. I don't care. But these guys are doing alternatives. They're finding alternatives. You can make more than $600. If you stay out there long enough, You know how you say, well, if I get overtime for my job, you don't need overtime for no job. You can come out here, man, trust me when I tell you, you stay out here delivering for 16 hours, you gonna make that bank. Now imagine if you did that for a whole week. The job will give you overtime when you don't want it and when you don't ask for it sometime. But out here, you get yourself overtime if that's what you want to do. And the people that make the most are the people who stay out here the longest. I'm telling you, that's just the way it works. So, I'm right up my alley with this. But these jobs, not always. I done had jobs I like. And it's weird. The jobs I like do the things, all the same things. And the jobs that I quit do all the same things. And you know what that come from, y'all? That come from me knowing myself. When you know yourself, you gonna know when people ain't treating you good. I'm gonna talk about that next, because the way I look at it is this. Family and people close to you are meaningless if all you do is argue and fight with them, if they disrespecting you, if they doubting you, if they trying to kill your dreams. It doesn't matter.
There's a speed trap ahead.
My phone be snitching. Where he hiding at? Where he at? My phone snitching. That's why they slowing down up there. He must be up here somewhere. But yeah, man, I have figured out that I don't fit in on most jobs. Now, when I move, I might work a job, but I'm not gonna ever retire from one. And I know this, like, especially the older I get, it's like the less tolerant I get. Like, I don't be tolerating stuff. Like, I didn't tolerate it when I was younger. I remember a time where I wanted to go spend time with the missus, and the manager wouldn't let me go home. I slammed the door. Boom.
There's a stalled vehicle ahead.
But yeah, man, I come to grips with the reality that I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a 1099er. That's who I am. I'm a grinder. I like to get out here and make it happen. I don't want to have to beg for a raise. I could come out here and get what I get. As long as I stay healthy, I'll be fine. That's how I look at it. And that's why I said, when they start like clowning on me at that job, I said, man, I just need to get a car. Need to get a newer car. Now I'll be fine. Boom, got the newer car. Oh yeah, I said, oh yeah, it's on. I stayed there for I was there almost 9 months. But they just got to doing stuff, sad stuff that I just don't play. You don't know me. First of all, you should never question or challenge another man's manhood, especially one where you can find out how he is. All they have to do is go ask the other facility. See, okay, let me ask y'all something. If somebody tell you to do something and tell you that this is how we do it, and you see them walking people out, firing people, this, that, and the other, are you gonna do what they say, or are you not gonna do what they say? You gonna do what they say if you want to keep that job.
For Capitol Drive.
But for some reason, situations kept coming up where they wanted us to do something different. What it really was is this. One of the things I hate the most about jobs. Double standard. double standard. You've been there a while, so you want me to act like I've been there a while. You want me to act like I can do what you do. And matter of fact, you don't even do it. They do not be, look, man, this was weird. My old facility dealt with juvenile. They did not play with them dudes. This facility is dealing with adults, and they act like it's a game. Playing around, playing with these dudes, not putting hands on them enough. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, if you want to make